stakes are high. In this race, only the best get by. Feel the heat, feel the drive. This is where racing truly comes alive. Feel the roll, feel the rush, dirt and grit. Ethan Bill's leading, Ward's not gonna quit. Slide job through the wheel, cushion in play. This is where the champions are made. Come on, one day, so turn it up, let's ride tonight. On MDI TV, under the bright lights. From green to checkered, it's all on the line. Monday night modifieds where stars align.
What's up, everybody? Getting into the opener. Big Block Modifieds here tonight at Charlotte as we are getting ready for 50 laps here tonight. Looks like we got a good field, 22 cars, 58, 88 SOF. It is going to be wild here tonight. What's up, Swank? What's up, Swank? What's up, Karen? I see you out there. All right, so Charlotte here tonight as these guys pull out on the track. It is currently going to be Brandon Barnhart out front. You already know Sean McPhee is winning, says Darren. Let's go, Damian Ward. He back. All right, after a little break, we are back here again with some Big Block Modified action. Looks like Brandon Barnhart at the top of the charts here in practice. Caleb Durgan sitting back in that number 5 spot as these guys out on the track. Some of them on pit road. Nick Brundage out on the track in the 916. Is Damien out there? Let's see. I don't see Damien. Is Damien not out there? And it looks like Matt Yorker made top split. What is wrong with this split? All right, who's going to be the first to jump out on the track? Looks like Caleb Durgan. Look for him to take the bottom side here tonight as he jumps out there in the number 17 Fox Machine. Oh, he is still banned? Oh, okay. All right, so. Yeah, I think he still is too. That's what everybody's saying. As Durgan out on the track, taking a lap, I think, as Ethan Bill. Oh, Durgan's going to go around. Did he catch the infield tractor tire there? Durgan going around? Yeah, he's going to catch that powdered donut, I think, right here. Oh, no. He just bailed out of it and decided to turn into the wall. He didn't like how that lap felt. So Durgan throwing away his first lap. Curtis Griffin at the top of the charts as Durgan's back out there. We got Cody Nevin out on the track. Brandon Barnhart out on the track. Yeah, I knew it was 1 month, so it's probably next week. He and Herbert come back tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. What's up, Justin? What's up, guys? Man, I'm surprised how few people have taken the track as Barnhart going to take that quick time. There's Durgan to the top of the charts with a 15.167. What up, fishing boy? What up, what up, what up? Nick Ham out on the track in the 45 JR. As he comes down the back straightaway, we'll see where he is able to put it. Last season's champion, Ethan Bill, has not yet taken the track. As it looks like Nick Ham going to complete lap number 1 here. Or maybe he threw away lap number 1 because it is telling me he's on lap number 2. as he comes down the back straightaway. Let's see where he's able to put it. We got Hollenbeck out there. Randy Johnston out on the track too, as Nicholas Ham going to come across the line. He's going to be fifth quick on the boards. Wow, this is a name we haven't seen in a while. It is Nick Roberts in the number 23. Here's a little bit of throwback action as he comes down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Ethan Bill is out on the track putting down his qualifying run. Let's see where Nick Roberts is able to put that number 23 machine. He's going to put it 11th quick. Ethan Bill going to start his lap. Go Barnhart, says Justin. As right now, how about Riley Knoll in that number 4 spot? Hunter Hollenbeck could have put himself in the number 2 position as we are on board with last season's champion, Ethan Bill, as he does his qualifying lap here in the number 14 machine. Matt Yorker currently in that number 19 spot. Randy Johnston going to be in the number 15 position. Oh, Ethan Bill did not get a qualifying run in. So Ethan Bill, no qualifying run for him as we get ready for heat race number 1. All right, let's go ahead and get tonight's starting lineup here for heat race number 1. It is going to be somebody on a mission here to win this championship. Not winning last season was definitely disappointing for him. It is going to be the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Outside of him, starting in that number 2 spot, it's going to be the number 25 of Kenny Cudney. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Riley Knoll. Outside of him, in that number 3 machine, it's going to be Hunter Rich. Starting in 5th here tonight in the number 20 machine, it's going to be Sean Pointer. Outside of him, in the number 6 spot, going to be Cameron Tuttle. Starting in 7th on the inside of row number 4, it's going to be Stephen Gaines with Ellie Gamachi to his outside in 8th. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in the number 22 machine, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. I'm assuming 22, yep. Outside of him, in the number 10, I think it is going to be number 11, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Starting shotgun on the field here tonight in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Matt Yorker. All right, down the back straightaway, looking for the green flag next time by. They're going to give him one to go at the line. Let me know, chat, who you rooting for here in heat race number 1. Not sure who I would pick here in heat race number 1. Definitely a strong field. As they head into turn number 1 and 2. Looking for the green flag this time by. Sorry, guys. Trying to make my CPU work a little bit less hard. As they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out as Durgan's on the gas down the front straightaway. Durgan going to lead it down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be side by side for that number 2 spot as Riley Knoll tries to make his way around Cudney. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Riley going to thread the needle, slides up the track. Cudney with a cut down out of 4. They're trying to make it 3 wide further back in the back. Top 7 going to transfer through. Right now it's Cameron Tuttle in that number 35 currently on that final transfer spot as they head into 3 and 4. They're 3 wide for 4th. 3 wide for 4th out of turn number 4. We got one around. It's going to be Matt Yorker cutting the grass out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2, still side by side contact between the 3 of Hunter Rich and the 35 of Tuttle. They're going to keep it straight. They're going to touch again out of turn number 4. Elbows up here for that number 6 position, and it's going to allow Elliot Gamachi to reel these guys in just behind him down the back straightaway. They're 2x2 for second on back. No big slide there as Gaines tries to slide up for that position. I think he's going to get it, as that is going to cost Sean Pointer a ton of ground. They're 3 wide as Curtis Griffin is going to race his way into a transfer spot. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Hunter Rich up into the wall out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. It is going to be a new top 7 as Griffin and Ellie Gamachi battle it out for that number 7 spot. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4, down to single file. Oh, man, big dive there by Gamachi. He had to bail out of it. That's going to allow Griffin up underneath him. 2 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Battle is intense for the final transfer spot. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be transferring through as Griffin is on the outside looking in as they head into 1 and 2. White flag is in the air. White flag in the air. That number 20, Eli Gamachi, he is in. He's going to get up underneath Tuttle into turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to transfer in? Out of turn 4. It's going to be Durgan, Knoll, Cudney, Gaines, Pointer, Tuttle, Gamachi going to the feature. Griffin, Nevin, Yorker, and Rich going to the Consi. So heat race number 1 in the books for tonight as they look into heat race number 2. Look at this. Hollenbeck has had some good qualifying runs here lately. He's going to start in that number 2 spot, or number 1 spot here in heat race number 2. Tonight's starting lineup for heat race number 2. It's going to be the number 72 of Hunter Hollenbeck. Outside of him, starting in that number 2 spot in the 101, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting in the number 3 spot in the number 76 machine, it's going to be Ragin' Ray Ramy. Starting outside of him in that number 15 machine, it's going to be Nicholas Eli. Starting inside row number 3 here tonight, and one of the fan favorites out there, it's going to be the 916 of Nick Brundage. Starting outside of him in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Peyton Talbot. Wow. Starting in 7th on the inside of row number 4 here tonight, making a rare appearance, it's going to be the number 23 of Nick Roberts. Outside of him in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Randy Johnston. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in the 45 JR, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Outside of him, it's going to be Bull Stencil. Starting shotgun on the field, last season's champion in the number 14. He's got some work to do tonight. It's going to be Ethan Bell. 8 laps here for heat race number 2 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Who's it going to be tonight? Who's your picks? Let me know in the chat. As I lost the chat, let me go look. Karen says he built. Ray goes, let's go, Ray, Randy, and Nick Ham. Little Nicky back there in the number 9 spot's got some work to do. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Hollenbeck on that gas. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as Ragin' Ray going to take that number 2 spot. Slides up the track. We got big contact. They're going around. Out of turn number 2. Looks like Randy Johnston and Peyton Talbot get stuck together in 1 and 2. They're trying to get away. Finally, they pull away as they are going to be way behind the field. Ragin' Ray trying to keep that number 2 spot. Here comes Nick Brundage up underneath him out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Will he try to pull the slider? How about Nick Roberts up to the number 4 spot as they come out of turn number 4? Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for that number 3 spot as it looks like Brundage has secured the number 2 position. But here comes Ragin' Ray looking up underneath him into turn number 3 and 4. Ray going to slide up the track, almost makes contact. They're going to be side by side out of turn number 4. They make contact down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Ray going to slide him, parks it on his nose, contact. Ray up the track, he's into the wall. Ray in the wall out of turn number 2. Oh, he's going to make contact with Bo. Bo now in a transfer spot, but big contact there. Will that hurt him? Hunter Hollenbeck leading the way. Nick Brundage in second as Nick Roberts works for that number 3 position up underneath Barnhart as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of turn number 4. It is going to be Barnhart in that number 3 spot that time by. 3 laps to go as it has definitely calmed down. How about that? Nicholas Ham up in a transfer spot. So is Ethan Bill in the number 6 position. Right now it's going to be Ragin' Ray out. Nicholas Eli out. Talbot out. And Johnston out as these guys battle for that number 10 spot. Back up to the front. It's Hunter Hollenbeck separating himself from the rest of the field as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get the white flag this time by 1 lap to go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Pressure starting to build for Brundage as Barnhart and Roberts closes the gap through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Barnhart. Digging down low. Checkered flag in the air. It's going to be Hollenbeck for the win. Brundage in second. Barnhart, Roberts, Ham, Ethan Bill, and Stencil going to the feature. Definitely an interesting one there, guys. Definitely an interesting one there. We got some good cars going to the Consi. The sad part is we are going to be sending some people home here tonight. Let's go see who is on the chopping block as we get ready for the LCQ. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be the number 22 of Curtis Griffin. Outside of him in that number 76 machine, it's going to be Ragin' Ray. Starting in the number 3 spot in that number 11 machine, it's going to be Cody Nevin with Nicholas Eli to his outside in 4th. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 5 spot, it's going to be the number 1 of Matt Yorker. Outside of him in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Randy Johnston. He's going to be raging for sure. He was raging a little in the chat. Starting in 7th here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be Hunter Rich. Outside of him, it's going to be Peyton Talbot. I'll tell you what, it's a pretty stacked Consi. This is a good-looking Consi right here, guys. We might get a show. As they get ready to pull off the starting line, it is going to be 2 laps before we go green. Let me know, chat, who you picking here in the LCQ. Who's going to be our B-Main Warrior? Yeah. I mean, he could have not slid in that situation. Brundage could have lifted. That was just hard racing. We'll just leave it at that. But he definitely was barely clear, and there wasn't enough time for Brundage to react. All right, we're going to be getting 1 to go at the line as they are set up 2 by 2. Curtis Griffin leading the field here in this number 22. Can Curtis Griffin pull a miracle here tonight? He did it at USA a few seasons back. Coming from the back and taking the win in the feature. Can he do it here tonight at Charlotte? We're going to find out here if he can make his way in through the LCQ. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. I don't want to be the one to pick the person who's getting out of this one. We're sending 4 home as the green flag is out. Top 4 transfer, Curtis Griffin down the front straightaway. Curtis going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2. He's got Ragin' Ray behind him. Here comes Nevin in the 11 as they come out of turn number 2. They almost make contact with Ray. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It definitely is stacked. That's what I said, Herbert. That's definitely what I said. As we got contact back there for that number 4 spot. Nicholas Eli and Matt Yorker. Oh, Yorker into Nevin. It's going to collect Ray. Here comes the Ragin' as they come out of turn number 2. Yorker sent it in a little too hard. Gets into Nevin. Nevin collects Ragin' Ray. Let's go take another look at this one. You're going to see Matt Yorker send it in there. Oh, big hit there as we get the no caution flags in the B main. So that's going to knock Ragin' Ray and Nevin out unless something crazy happens as Curtis Griffin continues to lead. We got a battle for second. Here comes Peyton up underneath Eli. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. It's going to be tied side by side for that number 2 spot. Peyton's going to throw the slider into turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by Nicholas Eli. Eli going to dive up underneath out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Easily clears them into 3 and 4. Comes up the track. Here comes Peyton trying to dig back low. Right now, Matt Yorker in that final transfer spot. That could get interesting here as he's got Hunter Rich and Randy Johnston trying to chase him down the back straightaway. Here comes Peyton with the slide. Randy sends it in. Absolutely clobbers Peyton Talbot as Randy Johnston goes around out of turn number 4. Randy making a big mistake there. Going to take his opportunity to get into the feature here tonight as Curtis Griffin leads the way. Peyton Talbot in second. Nicholas Eli. Matt Yorker slides Hunter Rich. Hunter Rich on the brakes. He's going to get back up underneath Yorker. Down into turn number 1 and 2. 3 laps to go. Rich is going to slide up the track. Yorker tries to cut down. A little bit of defense out of the number 3 of Rich for the final transfer spot into 3 and 4. A little bit of contact as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Yorker in the final transfer spot. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Here comes Hunter Rich digging down low out of turn number 2. Up underneath Yorker. They touch a little bit. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Yorker pinches him. Hunter Rich pushes him up the track. Takes that number 4 spot away. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Will Yorker send it in the number 1? I would put money on it as they head out of turn number 2. Watch this turn number 3. Will Hunter Rich survive into turn number 3 and 4? He doesn't. Yorker sends it. They both wreck. It's going to be Raging Ray making it in. What a wild race for the transfer spot. Holy cow. It's going to be Griffin, Talbot, Eli, and Raging Ray making it to the feature here tonight. What a finish in the LCQ. I knew this was about to happen too. Yorker just absolutely sends it and keeps the throttle in. It's not going to let me show it because we are getting into tonight's feature. Holy cow. The drama already here in the opener of the Big Block Modifieds. Yeah, right? All right, guys, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Yes, they do. All right, guys, getting ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in that number 72, it's going to be Hunter Hollenbeck. Oh yeah, I'm not saying anything. I just thought that was wild. Starting in the number 3 spot here tonight in that 07, I think it's going to be Riley Knoll. Outside of him in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 25 machine, it's going to be Kenny Cudney. Outside of him in the number 101, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside row number 4 in the 07, I'm assuming it's going to be Stephen Gaines. Outside of him in the number 23, making that rare appearance, it's going to be Nick Roberts. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in the number 20 machine, it's going to be Sean Pointer. Outside of him in the number 45 JR, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Starting inside row number 6 in that number 35 machine, it's going to be Cameron Tuttle. Outside of him, last season champion and a fan favorite, it's going to be the number 14 of Ethan Bill. Starting inside row number 7, it's going to be the number 20 of Elliot Gamachi. Outside of him, going to be Bo Stencil. Starting inside row number 8 here tonight in that number 15 spot, it's going to be the number 22 of Curtis Griffin, followed by Peyton Talbot in the number 14, starting 16th. Rounding out the field is going to be Nicholas Eli in 17th, and Raging Ray rounding out the field in that number 18 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Durgan out front. The battles for second on back. Riley Knoll going to keep it as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Hunter Hollenbeck up into the wall, able to hold on to it as Kenny Cudney slides into the number 3 spot. Here comes Brundage in the 916, rolling that bottom side right behind Cudney up to the number 4 spot, back where he started. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for second starting to heat up because here comes Cudney in that number 25. I'll tell you what, watch Kenny Cudney. He has been struggling in qualifying. Great qualifying here tonight. Good starting spot in the feature. He's in that number 3 spot looking fast as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Watch the 25 here tonight, but Caleb Durgan is always hard to beat at Charlotte as he leads the way into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes the battle for that number 4 spot. They're going to be 3 wide. Hollenbeck with a run on the outside, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. They're going to keep it 3 wide for the number 4 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to come out ahead? It looks like Hollenbeck starting to wind up that high side, but it's going to be Brundage in the number 4 spot at the line. Into turn number 1 and 2. Hollenbeck still trying to dig the high side down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Brundage rolling that bottom side by side. Out of turn number 4, it is going to be Brundage as Hollenbeck gets the wall. That's going to cost him. Here comes Stephen Gaines. Gaines going to roll that bottom. Big roll by Gaines on the bottom, almost up underneath Brundage out of turn number 2. He looks up underneath him in turn number 3 and 4. We're going to keep it lean and green as we got 6 laps in the books out of turn number 4. They're side by side for that number 5 spot. Here comes Stephen Gaines digging down low, trying to get up underneath the 916. Can't quite get there. Hollenbeck thinks about threading the needle. A little bit of contact. Brundage into the back of Hollenbeck. They're 3 wide out of turn number 4. 3 wide out of turn number 4. They're going to lean on each other. Steven Gaines going to push Hollenbeck up the track. Takes that spot as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. I didn't see what was said. It must have been as a comment, Cody. As they come out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, we got pressure starting to build for the lead as Riley Knoll has caught Caleb Durgan into turn number 3 and 4. Are we going to end up with a battle for the lead? Here comes Knoll. Knoll at the line. New race leader into turn number 1 and 2. Knoll going to take the lead into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Here comes Durgan with a big run down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Almost contact. Here comes Durgan down low out of turn number 4. Side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, out of turn number 2. It is getting close for the lead. Durgan's got to fall back. How about Riley Knoll leading it into turn number 3 and 4? That is not a name we say very often. Across the line into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Riley Knoll leading the way. Durgan is settled into that number 2 spot as Kenny Cudney sits in third. Brundage just behind him, breathing down his neck in that 9:16. All right, I got to go look and see what you guys are saying over here. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be side by 3 wide back there with Pointer, Tuttle, and Barnhart as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Hollenbeck up the track. He's going to get into Gaines. These two being beaten doors. We're going to see how this one ends as here comes Pointer. They're 3 wide. 3 wide as Pointer gets into Gaines. Gaines going to get pushed back. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Brundage putting the pressure on Cudney for that number 3 spot. Top 2 just kind of driving away. Lots of separation between them. We're going to keep an eye on this battle as they're 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Tuttle makes big contact with Gaines. Gaines is getting beat up here like the odd child out as he is getting pushed back in the back. He is now back to that number 9 spot. Oh, Barnhart going to hop the tire down there on the inside of turn number 3 and 4. That is not a friendly thing to hit. As here comes Brundage looking up underneath Cudney out of turn number 2. Can't quite get it to stick. And look at this. Ethan Bill up 5 spots to the number 7 position. 16 laps in the books as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, a little bit of contact with the wall. Big stack up. They keep it going straight out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4, trying to gain on Cudney is Brundage in the 9:16 as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, going to keep it single file. Here comes Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck going to dive low on Brundage into 1 and 2. Can he get the run out? Brundage got a big run on the high side out of turn number 2 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Ooh, Hollenbeck looking real tight into turn number 3 and 4. Pushes up the track, has to back out of it, gets in line. Here comes Pointer. Pointer going to slide into the side of Brundage in turn number 1 and 2. Big save out of Brundage as Pointer absolutely sent it as we got more contact further back. Ethan Bill trying to find his way around Brundage. They're 4 wide out of turn number 4. 4 wide. It looked like the 20 of Gamachi backs out of that one as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, they're going to be 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. 3 wide into turn number 3 and 4. Big stack up behind them. Man, it is a matter of time. This cannon's about to explode as they head into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to put it in 4 wide. As they head through turn number 1 and 2, it is Talladega dirt as far as I'm concerned as they head into turn number 3 and 4. This track is insane to show. It sucks to race, in my opinion. Down the front straightaway to turn number 1 and 2. Look at Barnhart digging that bottom side, trying to gain ground, racing where nobody else is, slowly digging his way back forward as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Almost catches that tire, does catch the second one on the bottom side. That's going to cost him big. I do not. I am probably going to be next season, yes. But I have not yet. Here comes Brundage with a slide. He backs out of it as he tried to look around Tuttle. Not able to pull the slider. Tuttle going to hang strong on the outside as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Looking for 3 wide out of turn number 2. Bill tries to stick his nose in there. They slam the door shut. Now he's 3 wide with Gaines as they come out of turn number 4. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. 4 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Oh my God. I need a breather. Somehow they're keeping it green as they come out of turn number 4. Ethan Bill trying to shuffle the deck. He's going to fall back. Ethan Bill falling back through the pack once again. Now he's going to dig back to the outside, 4 wide. Once again out of turn number 2. Here comes Ethan Bill. Ethan going to slide Gaines into turn number 3 and 4. Gaines going to cut down out of turn 4. Up underneath, down the front straightaway. It looks like Durgan is closing back in on Riley Knoll. We got a battle for the lead into turn number 3. Here comes Durgan. He's going to slide it in 3 and 4. Durgan going to slide up the track. Knoll going to come back down low out of turn number 4. Durgan had it at the line that time by. Riley going to slide up at 1 and 2. Here comes Durgan back down low out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Riley going to catch the wall down the back straightaway. That's going to cost him a ton. He's going to try to power it off of turn number 4. Durgan clearly with the lead this time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Riley is definitely using up that right rear. You can just see how hard he is leaning on it. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, up on the wall is Riley Knoll out of turn 4. Big run. He's going to send it into turn number 1 and 2. Big slide in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Durgan back down low. Durgan with the cut down easily takes it back, chops the nose of Riley. Riley looking underneath in turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, going to be 30 laps complete. We got 20 laps to go. 20 laps to go. All this racing has got to be helping Cudney back there in that number 3 spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Knoll's going to touch the wall just a tick as they come out of turn 4. 31 laps in the books. Oh, we got issues as Griffin has issues at the back of the pack. He's going to bail out of it. No caution flag. No caution flag as Curtis Griffin decides to back out of it. Just all F4s gets out of the way as we got one up into the wall. I think it was Hollenbeck. Might have been Hollenbeck. Maybe it was further back, and it might have been Elliot Camachi. Not quite sure. Definitely a white car, but they keep it straight as they come out of turn number 2. Oh, we got issues back here. Nope, just jockeying for position. As we head down the front straightaway, it's going to be Durgan leading the way. Riley Knoll in second. How about this kid, Riley Knoll? I'll tell you what. I don't know a whole lot about him. I've seen him here and there, but definitely big surprise seeing him out here leading this one now in the number 2 spot. But great run by that kid as he comes down into turn number 1 and 2. What's up? What's up, buddy? Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Riley's going to send it. He doesn't. He keeps it low out of turn number 4. Where did that run come from, Riley? Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be 15 laps to go. The battle for the lead is not over as they come out of turn number 2. We got one pulling off. That's going to be Nick Roberts pulling out as they come into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 36 laps complete. 36 laps complete down into turn number 1 and 2. These guys bouncing off the wall. I don't want to leave this one. This one is definitely looking good as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan's going to cut the slider through turn number 3 and 4. Riley Knoll going to run the rim as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Does Riley Knoll have anything for Durgan? That's an insane shift. That is an insane shift as Durgan continues the lead, slides up the track. Here comes Riley Knoll. 12 laps to go. Riley trying to work that number 17. He's going to use that wall to his advantage as he gets a big dig out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to keep it single file. Durgan's going to slide all the way up to the track. Riley's going to try to keep it low as they come across the line down into 1 and 2. Riley's got that wall working. Big dig through turn number 1 and 2 as he bounces off the wall. Yeah, it's possible. He's making it work, whatever it is, but he's got to be careful. He's hitting that wall hard in 1 and 2 as he's got 10 laps to do it. Durgan going to get the wall. Riley going to over-rotate just a bit in the middle of 1 and 2. Almost gave him the cut down as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan slides up the track. Here comes Riley with a big run out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan's going to continue to bounce that wall. So is Riley as they are single file through 1 and 2. Riley going to keep it wound up on the high side as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Durgan's going to slide it. That kills his momentum. Riley with a big run out of turn number 4, but not able to do anything with it. Down into 1 and 2. Riley all over the back of that number 17 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Can he get it wound up enough? He is definitely working it up there as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go. This battle is definitely starting to heat up a bunch as Riley Knoll all over the back of the 17. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to run slider. Nope, he's going to keep it low at 3 and 4. Try something a little different. It might be working as they come into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan's going to run the slider. Knoll to the outside. Here comes Knoll up high out of turn number 2. Oh, too much wall for Knoll. He's going to lose some momentum as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 5 laps to go at the line. 5 laps to go, and they're still racing like crazy. Back in the pack, no caution flag. It has been clean and green all night long as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan's going to run slider. Knoll's going to keep it down low out of turn number 4. Big gain for Knoll through 3 and 4. He's up underneath Durgan. He's going to lick the stamp and send it in 1 and 2. Knoll's going to send it in turn number 1 and 2. Slide job failed as Caleb easily cuts down up underneath him out of turn number 2. Retakes the lead as they're going to have 3 laps to go at the line. 3 laps to go as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Riley's going to wind it up. Wind it up in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 2 to go at the line. Does Knoll have anything for Durgan? Oh, man, I hope I get Knoll in the Discord after this one. Down into 1 and 2. It is going to be 2 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Knoll's rolling that high side. Durgan's got the bottom side digging. Does Knoll have anything for him? Sends it in 3 and 4. Almost to the back bumper of that number 17 as they get the white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go into turn number 1 and 2. Riley's going to roll the bottom. Might have been a mistake out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Little Digger in the number 17. Caleb Durgan taking the win. Riley Knoll in second. Kenny Cudney's going to bring it home third. Pointer and Barnhart, your top 5. Wow. What a crazy one here tonight, guys. Definitely a wild one as we get a green to checker race as Caleb Durgan takes the win here tonight. Durgan with the win here tonight. Let's go ahead and go through those results. See if we got anybody in the Discord here in a minute. Going to go through those results. If we get anybody in Discord, we will do some interviews. It is going to be Caleb Durgan with the win here tonight. Riley Knoll in second. Going to be Kenny Cudney in that number 3 spot. Sean Pointer in 4th. Going to be Brandon Barnhart in that number 5 spot with Hunter Holland back in 6th. Cameron Tuttle in 7th. Going to be Ellie Gabachi in that number 8 spot. Nick Brundage in 9th. Going to be Ethan Bill in that number 10 spot. Peyton in 11th. Bo in 12th. Going to be Stephen Gaines in that number 13 spot. Ragin' Ray in 14th. Nicholas Eli 15th. Nick Ham in 16th. And rounding out the field is going to be Nick Roberts and Curtis Griffin. All right, just in case somebody's in here, I got to go ahead and do this real quick. That was definitely interesting. Let's go see if Durgan's in the waiting room. Oh, of course. I had to mute all those R words going on in the race chat.
How about it, chat? We're back. We're back at it.
That was a wild one. I mean, I'll tell you what. Riley Knoll came out of nowhere giving you a battle here tonight.
Well, I've actually had quite a few people text me and say, I'm so thankful you won because the only reason why that kid was relatively good was because he was wall tapping. I mean, his right rear quarter panel was through the wall. Everywhere else. And, you know, I never got worried, James. And you want to know why I never got worried? Because I knew eventually the wall wouldn't be good and I'd be able to get back by him. And I just knew I'd outdrive him. Simple as that. You know what I mean, James?
I know what you mean.
I was going to outdrive him. And that's what I did.
Man, that number 17, that is a basic paint scheme for you, but it's simple. I kind of like it.
Yeah. You know, last night I was bored and this is an odd color. So, you know, I figured I'd throw something cool together. Not really cool, but you know, just basic for the opener. I'm a big basic guy, you know, plain, simple, just fast. You know what I mean? If you're too busy, are you saying you're a basic bitch? I mean, no, essentially, but I'm a fast basic bitch, so what's it matter? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, you know, when I first started racing in the big blocks before I got my paint, because everybody kind of gave me shit until I did, I used to say, does the paint make me any faster? That was my.
Exactly.
I used an iRacing paint forever, but I definitely get it. But great run here tonight in the number 17 machine. Good start to the season. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Fox Shocks. I mean, me and Kenny and I went in the lab this week at Charlotte and really fine-tuned some things. We found some things that are good and found some things that are bad. So, shout out to Kenny. I'm glad he was finally able to survive an opener and finish third. It might have been from 3 or 4 seconds behind, but I'm happy to see him back running well.
Look, he had a good starting spot too. I said, watch out for him. He doesn't start this far up.
No, he did good tonight. And last season was rough. He didn't have much fun. He was either qualifying last and getting wrecked or starting up front and getting wrecked. It just never worked out in his favor. So, he's a huge help. And Ryan Conrad, he only really comes into play for Port Royal, but I think we showed at Port Royal that we were the best. I mean, realistically, I can say the champ's here. Because if I didn't get straight lined out of Lucia, the champion would be me. But I'll save that conversation for another time, James.
Well, great run here
to this championship.
Great run here tonight. I'll do the same thing I did last season with a couple drop weeks and just keep track of the Monday night races as well as I can. So good luck, and maybe I'll see you in the super opener.
Yeah, that's at 9:45, right?
8:45. At 1 hour.
Man, see, that's tough. I want to come back in the 9 o'clock and, just wax them up again like what I just did now. Sounds like a good time.
Well, good luck with whatever you do. I'll holler at you later, bud. Definitely appreciate you. Have a good one.
Later.
All right, so Caleb Durgan, excited as always. Always a pleasure to have up here in the booth. But that is going to be it for now. We'll be back in about 1 hour with the super opener. I believe that's at Knoxville. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not giving you bad information. It is at Knoxville. That'll be a high top split because people love that track. So you don't want to miss that one, guys. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.